Every Claude Code course teaches you to build faster. None of them fix the real bottleneck for a one-person business. Too many meetings you should never have taken. If you're a solo operator staring at a calendar full of coffee chats and discovery calls that go nowhere, this is for you. I'll show you the 6-file scheduling agent I run against my Gmail, Telegram, and Google Calendar. 4 months live, 180 meeting requests a month, 38% auto-declined, 22% pushed to async. I'm Lazar. I build these systems for clients daily. Let's open the first file. So here's the actual problem, and I want you to feel it before I touch a single file. You start a one-person business. Month 1 is quiet. Month 3, inbound picks up. By month 6, your calendar is the business. Every day is a coffee chat, a discovery call, a quick question meeting, a partnership pitch. You end the week having taken 20 calls and shipped nothing. That is the death spiral for a solo operator. And the reason every Claude Code course misses this is because they're all teaching you to build apps faster. Building faster is not your bottleneck. Saying no faster is your bottleneck. A scheduling agent that rejects the wrong 40% of meeting requests is worth more to a solo founder than another SaaS side project. That's the frame for this whole video. Now let me show you what I actually run. The scheduling layer is 6 files. That's it. 6 markdown and prompt files that Claude Code executes in sequence every time a meeting request lands. File 1 is intake. Intake watches 2 sources. Gmail, filtered on subject lines containing schedule, call, meeting, chat, or a Calendly link. And Telegram, filtered on messages that contain a time reference or the word meet. When either hits, intake normalizes the request into a small JSON blob. Who, what channel, what they say they want, what they actually seem to want, and any revenue signal in the thread. That last field matters. If the sender has a paid invoice in the last 90 days, intake flags them as existing client. Revenue positive. That flag overrides everything downstream. I'll come back to that. File 2 is the decline templates file. This is the one nobody writes and everybody needs. It's a markdown file with 6 decline templates. Not a fit right now. Better as async, please use the booking link. Need more context first, referring you to a resource, and a hard no with a polite reason. Each template has a trigger condition written in plain English at the top. Claude Code reads the intake blob, reads this file, and picks the matching template. If nothing matches, it escalates to me. That escalation path is critical. I never want the agent to invent a decline reason. File 3 is the async router. A huge percentage of meeting requests are actually questions. Someone wants 15 minutes to ask how you price the project. That's not a meeting. That's a paragraph in Telegram. The async router detects question-shaped requests and responds with a short message. Happy to answer that here. What specifically are you deciding between? 22% of my inbound gets rerouted here. Most of those threads resolve in 3 messages and never touch my calendar. File 4 is the prep.doc generator. This one only runs if the request passes intake and is not declined or rerouted. Prep.doc generator pulls the last 30 days of email with that person, any shared docs, any invoices, and any Telegram history, and writes a 1-page Notion doc. Who they are, what we've discussed, what they probably want from this meeting, and 3 questions I should ask. That doc lands in Notion 12 hours before the meeting. I read it on my phone with coffee. I walk into every call prepared without spending an hour prepping. File 5 is the follow-up engine. After the meeting, follow-up engine reads my Google Calendar event, checks for any notes I dropped in Telegram, and drafts a follow-up email. Not sends. Drafts. I review, I hit send. That guardrail matters. Follow-up also schedules a check-in reminder if the meeting flagged next steps. File 6 is the calendar writer. This is the only file with write permission on Google Calendar. Everything else reads. Isolating write to one file means when something goes wrong, I know exactly which file to audit. That's the whole stack. 6 files. Now the 2 guardrails that stop this from firing me from my own business. Guardrail 1 is the whitelist. Any email address I've manually tagged as client, investor, or friend bypasses the decline logic entirely. Their meeting requests go straight to prep.generator. Guardrail 2 is the revenue signal override. If intake sees a paid invoice in the last 90 days from that sender, it treats them as existing client. Even if their meeting request looks like a coffee chat, it does not get declined. Because your existing clients are how you eat. Now let me show you what happens live. Telegram ping comes in. Hey, got 15 minutes this week to chat about a project. Intake normalizes it, flags the sender as new contact, no revenue signal, intent unclear. Decline templates file matches on the need more context first trigger. Response drafts in Telegram, happy to look at this. Can you send a 2-line brief of the project and budget range? That's it. Meeting never gets booked. If they reply with a real brief and a real budget, intake reruns. Prep.generator fires, calendar writer books the slot. 4 months of running this. 180 meeting requests per month on average. 68 decline. 40 rerouted to async. 72 actually booked. Of those 72, every single one had a prep doc waiting. I get roughly 4 hours a week back. 4 hours a week for a solo operator is a second product or a real weekend, or the difference between burning out and shipping. The 6 files, intake, decline templates, async router, prep.generator, follow-up engine, and calendar writer are in the resource drop at BizflowAI.io. Grab them, wire them to your Gmail and calendar. Get your first hour back this week. If you want the next breakdown when it drops, hit subscribe and ring the bell so it actually finds you. And if you'd rather have this built and wired into your stack for you, book a free 30-minute discovery call at BizflowAI.io. Bring your worst meeting week.